Good morning.
Good morning, buddy.
Rushing. Coming down from a moment. We're good. We're happening.
Good
Dom,
morning, Craig. Good morning, Robbie.
give us a down low. Craig, I'm always blowing you kisses, buddy. Always blowing you kisses. Jason, you can add yourself to the stage. There it is. He did it.
Sorry, I was fixing my hair.
Oh no, it's all good.
We have to do that?
I do, because I didn't shave my head yet like you bozos.
Got it. Got it. If I looked that
I
good with my
shaved
hair
my head.
long, I'd grow it out.
Sorry, Don. What do you say?
I said if my hair looked that good when I grew it out, I would grow it out. But it doesn't. It goes a little wild.
Takes a lot of preening.
Ugh.
Guys, what's up? Okay, give us the situation. Give us the situation, Tom. What's happening right now? What's happening around you? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? You guys are safe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna keep asking, even if you're like, I'm far away.
All good. I mean, I went into work. It was definitely different out there. Covered in the smoke or the smog or what have you. You could smell it.
Yeah.
A little bit of ash falling. Sun was weird, all that stuff. People walking around in masks, some people not walking around in masks. Having jobs canceled because people are hosting friends or family whose houses have burned down. Couple of those things happened. But my family has been good. We're still in our blackout. They're saying now might all the way be till Sunday or Monday. So Amy went to a friend's house yesterday and charged up some devices, put some of our food in their refrigerators, and then we borrowed generators and got gas and kind of did some makeshift electrical through the house for the last hour or two of the night, and then I'm going to probably wait a little bit longer before I fire up the generator so I don't wake up the neighbors too much, but there's a bunch of generators in the neighborhood, so eventually they'll all fire up. But yeah, we're good.
Are you hearing anything in particular on, like, I don't know, I don't even know the right questions to ask, but I do want to ask questions, like, what is it people need right now? What's going on? I mean, you see all this stuff, and then I never know, like, because, like, really my eyes are mostly on X, and then, I mean, let's be honest, X, I feel like, shows stuff from specific angles. I'll leave it there. And so I never know if it's like what's true, what's not. I mean, it's just so devastating.
Yeah, I think I saw some posts on like Gary or VFriends or someone that would like with some resources for where to help. Because I'm sure like there are efforts to help, but I don't know personally because like I said, I don't really have anyone like fully connected. Like I reached out to one of the VFriends, KT, that I know is out there, and she's like, she was saying she's like surrounded by fires, but like they've all been blown in different directions that didn't put her family at risk, so she's okay. But I'm like, man, you don't want to get out of there. But obviously it's not easy to just like leave, even if your house is in danger, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what do you pack up and go? And like, yeah. So I don't know. She said she was okay.
Good. I mean, there was someone else. I have another client that is in LA, and he and his family, I'm pretty sure, in like the middle of a lot of it. And you know what? I was like, all right, we're having a call today. I just want to know, like, how are you coming into this call right now? He was like totally chill. And he's like, I'm going on a business trip right now. I was like, wait, what's going on? I was like, because my mind is like, your house might burn down like in an hour. And he's like, no, it's not really like that right now. And he was mentioning like when I first moved in, I saw like across the street, obviously there was a fire because it was all charred. It's like, I guess the whole fire thing, and Jason, you're in Colorado. I know Colorado has a ton of fires too. Here on the East Coast, at least, it's not as much of a thought. And so I'm saying this because who I was talking with yesterday was saying it so nonchalantly. Like it was we moved in, we saw the fire was there, we have this, my buddy's here right now, like they're in California, they're not insured. Like that was a whole conversation too. So, but it sounds like the discussion around fires is very much baked into the culture out there. Would you agree with that? Or Jason, Jason, Colorado, what's going on with fires for you guys?
We don't have any fires right now. It's like usually like July through August. Springs are awesome. Everything's green, and then everything dries out. That's when fires happen, and it's like, it's so wide open here. I think last summer we were able to see 4 separate forest fires. It was kind of crazy. I mean, it's like there's always a part of you where it's like it's just seeing that kind of nature like that is really interesting. But then luckily it was like in the woods, not good for the animals. But like it's not like not many people's houses were in danger.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I agree with you. It's like anything you see online, I would say the change is, out of all the fires that I remember, this fire in particular, I've seen the least about what resources to help people out. And it's been a lot more blaming going on. Whose fault is it? And that's not really good for anybody. That's just kind of, it just seems like where information sharing is at today.
For sure. I feel like it's plus where we're getting it. Ron, this is what I was going to say. I remember being in Glacier. When was that? 2016. We were in Glacier. We did. We were doing a duathlon in Glacier. We were in we were next to Glacier, and we did some tours in Glacier too. And I remember, one of the guides was pointing out all the fires that have happened, and like, hey, that fire happened like maybe 3 years ago, all charred, nothing was growing. They're pointing out like there was a fire over there, but now you see, I don't know if you guys can hear me. This microphone's further away than I thought. They were basically talking about how natural it was, especially in that situation, and how it can be good once it happens, for like the growth and, just the ecosystem of what can come of that. But I think once you throw in the homes, obviously, now it's kind of a who's encroaching on what. And then, it's just such a sad thing to see. And then obviously now, Jason, like what you're saying, I think it's crazy to see kind of who's blaming who, but it sounds like there's going to be resources soon kind of coming through. So hopefully it'll help out. But yeah, I do not understand the gravity of those moments that are happening right now.
Well, with that, I'm grateful for my relative's safety. I'm grateful that Dom is still with us, and I'm grateful that Ryan is healthy. And I'm grateful
I didn't tell you I was healthy.
That Ryan's healthy. You are healthy, right? Are you healthy?
Yeah, no, I'm healthy.
Okay, good.
I'm all good as of right now. All good as of right now. But I do think about this. Talked about this yesterday. Dom, I feel like you're in such a great moment. I don't know if you guys have been through this before with the kids, but kind of teaching by example, right? Kind of holding up these values. That's what the reading and the meditation was about today. I think it's always good. It's such a good reminder. Dom, have you been through this before, to kind of like show your kids how you handle it, like from your like attitude about it to your actions and all that kind of stuff too?
I mean, we've been through disasters out here before, but I don't think anything like this. And I don't think, like, I think even the times that it's still been very similar. Like we live in these little, like where we've lived are in these little like bubble like communities where we haven't had anything hit us directly. And we haven't had anything hit our family directly. So we've just been adjacent to it. This is probably the most we've been affected, like with just the power being out. And again, yeah, I think, the easiest example that we're able to teach them is like, look, our power is out as like a precaution, but like people are literally losing everything. So like we still, need to be grateful for what we have, need to be grateful for where we are, that we're together, all those things. So yes, it's definitely teaching some things. It's, we're getting to teach them, lean on your friends for help, because we had, a friend of ours come up, like one lent us a generator, the other one came over and helped us set it up and get it going, because I wasn't home until after dark. So I'm like doing all this in the dark. So he came over and helped me out with that. Um, and then he came over again when it ran out of gas. I went to the gas station, got more gas, couldn't get it started, like all this stuff. So it was a night, and they hung through it. I think we're learning some adaptability, learning to pivot and persevere, like, kind of seeing how much we rely on electricity, a thing that like most kids nowadays or most people nowadays are just like assume is a guaranteed thing.
Yeah.
Like the natural resources of electric, gas, and water, they could be shut off at any time for any reason.
Doomsday preppers. This is a prepper's time to shine.
Like they all get their water out of the refrigerator, but when the refrigerator doesn't have electric, you can't run the water. So they're all sitting there going, well, how do we drink water? And I'm like, I fill my water up from the sink, and you guys have seen me do it for years. So like, and I'm not dead. So just like drink the water from the sink and you'll be okay.
I have no time to add microplastic micromanaging to my schedule right now. One thing that constantly amazes me is in times like this, how much of a house of cards everything is. Like the amount of moving parts that makes things work, and the amount of chances where things can just go downhill really fast. That always comes to my head. It's always like one of my thoughts. Hey, dog.
Look at this little guy. He's so big.
He's cute.
Wait.
It's like a little
this
delicious
is a girl.
koala.
Name is Chica. This is Chica.
Hey, Chica.
All right, Chica, you're heavy.
Didn't think I would like bulldogs, but we've been taking care of like all different kinds of dogs. It's actually been kind of nice for an apartment. I cut you off. I wasn't even listening. I'm so sorry. What were you saying?
I wasn't talking to you, Ryan. I was talking to the couch. I'm just kidding. No, well, yes, but yeah, I'm just how many moving parts there are in a crisis situation, and how it never it always seems to be resolved somehow. There's always going to be rough corners, but that's just always on how many people are involved in fixing things.
I did a quick little search just to jog my creativity here. I was curious in relation to the kind of the reading today, right? Everything here with kind of what we're trying to get across. Like this whole month, it's basically like it's teaching by example, right? That's kind of what we're doing. Values for your kids, right? All that kind of stuff too. But I think that the whole thing that I wanted to look at and taking this whole like moment into account here is just teaching our kids, not just like what we say. Like Dom, you mentioned community. And I was thinking about this and I was like, all right, like, is that something that
Dash
our kids don't see as much? I don't know. Hey, Dash. And so is this a time that, we can really show our kids it's about what we do, not just what we say? Like this is it. Like this is we tell our kids to be prepared. But then Jason, what you're talking about, like the house of cards, it's like, wait a second, maybe not everyone was prepared. And then you can have the conversation about, the extent to which this is like really taking place and all that kind of stuff too.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something to think about too. Like how many people didn't prepare, and how many of those people that maybe didn't prepare have kids. I mean,
Sure.
Dom, you're safe, so I'm assuming that you had some kind of preparation, right?
No, I mean,
Dom, you're not helping my case right here.
I live in a freshly built neighborhood, and we were farther away from, like, I think our neighborhood was just built for, potential fires, floods, etc. So like we're close to the fire zone, but like we have fire suppression systems. Like we have, the companies were on alert to, lock it down and do all those things. And like, so I think the community, like the city, wherever was built they were prepared and they did it the way that they did it. But me, like, yeah, like I told you guys, I think the other day, is like, after this, I think we just need to put together a little disaster kit, just to have those extra things. And then, maybe when prices go down and we're away from this disaster itself, like look into buying a generator or something like that so that I don't have to borrow for friends. Cause if next time my friends are out too, then it's like, no, like you can't borrow a generator. So we need it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not as prepared as I wanted to be, but prepared in that I have people I can count on. Yes.
I feel like I would definitely want a general contractor in my life if all these things were happening. So I think that would be good. Nath, I love this. Let's bring this up in just a second. I have a thought that I've been trying to do more often. Possibly. We'll see if it works. You still got Celsius. As long as we got Celsius, it's a good day. That's what we'll say. I did. So I was just looking at this. So I'll kind of teaching by action, right? Not just words, all that kind of stuff. Tell me what you think about these things. And Nath, right? That was you, Nath. Nate said that. Yeah, Nate said that. Nate will come back in a second to that question. But the 6 things that popped up here for us to think about in terms of how we can show our kids values and action during this time. Tell me if these resonate. Be the example that they can follow, like this. This is a good one, right? When the kids see us preparing, right? Gathering supplies and making plans, that's definitely good. I think about it. Let me tell you this. I did make like an escape bag or a go bag, and it's in our closet. I recently looked at it. Do you want to guess the 3 items that were in there? I was like, what the hell was I thinking? I don't know what it was. I'll tell you. You have to
protein
guess.
bars,
coats.
It was a big jar. It was a big jar of peanut butter. It was
protein.
It was a plastic mallet. I don't even know why. It was like a big plastic mallet.
Self-defense.
And then it was just like cash. That's all it was. So like in my past, I felt that the things that I was going to need in my go bag were going to be peanut butter, cash, and a mallet. I don't know why, but hey, I think I could survive a few days with that. I thought it'd be good.
I'm gonna put my Vegemite in there.
That's I think that sounds like a 13-year-old's idea of prepping.
That might be what it was. Where it was like I was doing like pulling scraps. I don't know what it was there, but that was one of them. Teaching preparedness, model emotional resilience. Don, this is where I think you probably come in really well because you're such a calm guy in my eyes, at least. I don't know how it actually goes, but this is what I saw, and Dom, this is what jogged my my thought on this was that they demonstrate the power of community. And I mean, I think when I think of community, I think of Dom. I do use stories to teach. So, are there examples that you can teach? I know some people go to certain books and kind of teach those. And then 6, after the disaster. I like this one because this is that kind of thing where it's like, do we it's not so much the fight or the problem, but like how we actually maybe rebuild or we come together after. So that was a good one. I like those. Is that Blaze? What's up, Blaze?
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. We had to plunge a toilet.
Because the baby was using it too hard?
No, the middle one likes to use a lot of
Oh.
toilet paper sometimes.
Gotcha. Yep, that'll happen.
Yeah, we got that. Do you have the poop gun, the big plunger? It's got a big
No,
handle. You
like-
just jam it in
we
the
have-
hole.
Dollar General one that like keeps folding up, and I'm a grown man. I should have a $30 plunger.
Did you go to Courage's house?
I'm not sure his arsenal of plungers, but it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan's got a mallet. Ryan should probably add that plunger to his bag.
No, it's in my go bag. I can't pull it out now. I got to use it for when stuff goes down. That's what I got to do. Hey, can I use can I use this? Who wants to be? Oh yeah, that was Nate's question. How about we go to Nate's question? Who wants to answer Nate's question first? Don't say it yet because we got it. We got to use this. Who wants to go on the couch? Jason, you're on the couch.
All right. Here we go. So the question is, have we taught our kids about fire emergency response and how to respond and handle themselves just in case? And the answer is an ashamed, not really. Have we talked about it? Absolutely. Yeah, I would say that, like, I feel personally that we live in a fairly safe neighborhood that's not really prone to fire, but based on the Marshall fire that was here a few years ago, neighborhood just like ours got whipped up in a firestorm, just like kind of what Dom's going through. So do we have to put it on our schedule? Absolutely. Do we have some things prepped? Yes. Do we have a bug out bag? No. Do I have a rubber mallet? Yes. Will I be bringing it? Absolutely. But I would say the thing that we have talked about is fire. Like, what happens if there's a fire? We have gone over like how to exit the house, but besides like putting stickers on windows, we have probably not prepped adequately.
I don't think we've really prepped either. Jason, really good job on the couch. Great job on the couch.
Well done, sir.
Clap it up. Great job. Boys, does anyone want to go on the couch? Give us a response.
Sure, I'll go. Let's see. Here's the question. Have you taught your kids fire/emergency response, how to respond and handle themselves in case? I don't know, Brooklyn. Have I?
What's up, Brooklyn?
Brooklyn!
All right, quick. There's a fire. Brooklyn, what do you do?
Grab Bentley and leave.
Grab Bentley and leave. That's your most important thing?
Bailey can walk herself.
Your most important thing is your brother. Wow, I wouldn't have expected that.
What?
And then
Great answer.
I need to probably.
I thought it would have been push Bentley and leave.
That's my second option.
Good job, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Jason. No, I don't think we've, like I said, I feel like we live, and I'm stuck in my own little like head bubble or dream, but like we live without that in mind. I live a little bit more optimistically, maybe a little bit too optimistically that stuff won't happen to us because it hasn't happened to us. So might be something to add to the calendar, like Jason said, some form of preparedness.
It'd be good. David was reminding us here, always have a bug out bag packed. And he also says here, he misspelled this, but it says have a plastic mallet on hand at all times. But then he said, I learned it having, why can't I read? I learned it having my carry-on packed in case I had to fly out in the morning. Makes sense. I like it. And then he also said that in the Midwest, practice fire drills and tornado drills. I think it's definitely pretty good. All right, nice. Good stuff, guys. Great job on the couch. Great job on the couch. I got to use my stuff. Blaze, did you have anything to add about being prepared for any disasters?
When I worked on the burn unit for a year, one of the top 5 reasons that people came in with burns was because they were in mid-Ohio. People like to burn their trash. So don't burn your trash. Don't sprinkle a bunch of lighter fluid and or gasoline on a trash pile and light it on fire because it's that flash-based.
My goodness. Yeah, you must have seen some pretty crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah, because people would come in with their like 2nd and 3rd degree burns on their hands and feet. And, like that is just like so painful because that's where a lot of your nerve endings are. And then if you have a 3rd degree burn, you have to get a skin graft, and then it's like all this healing, and you have to like eat all this protein, and it's just a huge. Your skin's a protector or barrier against infection, and there's just all these things that come up. But also, you should have a fire plan. I haven't talked to my kids about it, so I'm embarrassed, and I'm gonna do it this weekend.
No guilt, no shame. We gotta get it done. I think that would be great. I think we could all end this month probably teaching our kids at least about how to deal with one preparedness plan. And I'm just curious like what their thought is because they're obviously doing it in school, right? Fire drills.
A little bit, yeah.
Drills.
I think we need our resident elders, our Davids, our Naths, our Robbies, our Craigs. I think we need them to do some instructional content that we can pass down to our kids. I especially love it with the Australian accent, so I dig it.
I would listen more if it was in an accent.
Agreed. Get on it, boys.
You know, the other thing now that I'm seeing Craig say this as well is the fire blanket thing. I feel like the fire blanket is there's a lot of stuff out there now, but it's also making me realize that I've seen a lot of people, at least I've heard this, is that when people have like fire extinguishers in their kitchens, like they're kind of prepared, but then they realize it's like 20 years old, doesn't work. So maybe we can all, how about we do this by the end of this month, by the end of January, which feels like a year anyway. So we have time. We should all think about how we can get ourselves set up for.
There you go, Craig.
Oh, Craig's a volunteer firefighter. Look at this.
All right, Craig, just take a break making beautiful cards and make us a video on how to teach our kids to be more disaster prepared. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I gotta run. You guys are more than welcome to stay. You guys do that if you want to. You guys want to chill?
I'm gonna go, but
Cool.
I got a shower.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got
All
a
right,
fan
boys.
in the dark.
Love you all. Dom, stay safe. Keep us updated. Bring us some news if you got it. But yeah, until then, guys, we'll see you tomorrow morning, huh? Bye, Brooklyn.
Celsiuses of love.